Hey everyone, welcome to Math 115 online. I am Brandon Myers. I will be an instructor for this course. So we're going to look at the various components of the course in Blackboard, and we're also going to make sure that you have a good understanding of what you should be doing throughout the semester. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm currently on the announcements page. This page will be where you will see all the announcements that I post and reminders throughout the entire semester. You will also be getting a email notification anytime something is posted here. Moving on to the virtual office. This gives you some information about me. And also there is a discussion forum that I have set up to allow you to answer each other's questions, but also ask questions that you may have in relation to the course content or how to navigate and find certain things in the site. In Blackboard, just be mindful not to post your personal questions in this forum. Please send me an email. All right. Also, I want to just point out that I have put my Twitter handle on here, not to get more followers, but to add that personalization to the course. So feel free to follow me or to just, connect with me that way as well. I'm thinking that may add a little bit more personalization to us and build some community. All right, syllabus is just that. It's the syllabus. I've included a PDF so you can print it out, but I've also included the embedded option as well, so that way you can clearly see. A few just stand out things to you. I've put my cell phone number on the syllabus so you can text me or call me. That's because I'm not on campus at Towson. I do live in Maryland, but I am not necessarily on campus for you to call my office, so I put my cell phone number down. But you can feel free to email me as well. I do get them directly to my phone, like a text message, so if you don't want to text, that works for me as well. We will have, I will have some office hours for you. You'll see the times listed there, but these are not the only times that I have. You're welcome to ask for other times as well. We can meet online, we can meet on FaceTime, we can just chat on the phone, we can even meet in person. We just need to set that up, okay? All right. Remember, this is a completely online class. There is information for the textbook. There's actually going to be a textbook link on the side over here that we can look at, and I will show you what that process is like. There's a code for my math lab that you'll need. Moving on, in the syllabus, we have some materials, a calculator, of course. We'll be using my math lab for various assignments. Here we get into various guidelines. Of course, you can read through all of this. I don't accept late work, so just make sure that you do know that I do give a one-time pass. So if you're late the first time, I do look at that, but that does not apply to any of the exams in the course. All right. I don't give up makeup tests. I don't do revisions or give out any extra credit. This is how you're going to be graded. There's homework assignments, there's course activities, quizzes, tests, and final exam. Please know that all of the tests, including the final exam, are all proctored on campus at Towson University. There will be 2 dates that you have an option to take it, each exam, and one will be proctored by me and one will be proctored by the other instructor who's teaching another online section of Math 115. So we're going to talk a little bit about that in a minute, but just know you're in this class. I want to say it now that the expectation is that you're able to come to campus one of those 2 days to take all of your exams. So just keep that in mind. The dates, I'll show you where the dates are. All right. All the rest of this stuff is basic policy stuff. We have the schedule. This is nice and organized for you so you can print it out. The dates for the weeks of when the tests are going to take place are on this calendar schedule as well, but this will show you all of the deadlines for all of the assignments, okay? All right, that's the syllabus. The calendar. The calendar is able to be navigated within Blackboard, but you're welcome to also click here, and what will happen is it will bring up the actual calendar itself, and you can see it bigger if you like, okay? But it does give you that option, but you can also use the arrows inside of here And this just is another feature to keep you nice and organized, so that way you know when deadlines are coming up. We talked a little bit about on-campus proctoring of all the tests. You're going to notice that basically anytime we have a test, it's going to say the whole week is review, because you're reviewing up until you take it. Notice that you're typically going to have an option of taking it at the beginning of the week on Monday or at the end of the week on Friday for each exam. Be mindful that obviously it says we are reviewing for test 1, so it would be a little bit unfair if I didn't release the review materials for test 1 prior to Monday. So I will most likely release that materials for you on the 16th, if not sooner, or at least a week prior before you take the exam. In case you do choose the first Monday option, you will have those materials to prepare for the test. So I hope that makes sense. I'm not gonna just throw you to the wolves and, figuratively speaking, and expect you to know what's going on. Okay, you will have review materials even if you do choose to take it at the beginning of the week. Take note of the times. So this is the first option. They will be in 219 in the New York Road building. Notice the proctor for this on Monday is Darren Berkeley. I'm doing the Friday sessions, so just keep that in mind. If you prefer to be in my sessions, that's fine. If you prefer to be in his session, that's fine as well. One side note is that there are 60 students altogether in Math 115 online between my section and Professor Berkeley's section. So keep in mind that the availability of each option is based upon the availability of each option. So when I say that, on the survey that you have to take to register for each of the exam dates that you wish to take, you need to do that as soon as possible. I would do that as soon as you're finished watching this video, if you haven't done it already. Choose your dates, because what happens is we only have 30 seats for each option. So if you don't register in advance, then you are left to take the exam on the date that, don't know why I did that, on the date that is left and has available slots. Okay. If you have additional questions about that, make sure that you let me know. My grades, this is where you'll see your grade. The top line will show you a cumulative average throughout the entire semester. And yes, it is set up correctly, so it will be ready to go. All right, getting started. This will give you an overview of what you're going to be doing throughout the semester, get you acclimated with the course a little bit, shows you where to ask questions and so forth, expectations, yada yada. Okay, getting started, assignment submissions. The syllabus we went through briefly already. We looked at the calendar already. Syllabus and procedures quiz. Once you've looked at the syllabus and looked at the getting started homepage that had the expectations I just mentioned, you can take the syllabus and procedures quiz. You have unlimited attempts until the deadline, so just keep that in mind. Look at the calendar within Blackboard to see when the deadline is. Next, you're going to be asked to register for My Math Lab. So you will follow these instructions. So if you click on the green link, it will give you a document and it shows you the steps on how to go about accessing and registering for My Math Lab. I'm not going to go into this in too much detail. Just follow these steps, and then if you have additional questions, please let me know. You may also need a code that is on the syllabus to register. Okay. Next, you're going to participate in a Blackboard orientation and take a quiz just to make sure you're familiar with the ins and outs of Blackboard. There's a resources tab, so in case you have accommodations or anything of that nature, you want to look at academic success options and so forth, those are there. All right, let's look at video introductions. So this is going to be where you're going to introduce yourself to the class. We're going to use something called a Flipgrid to do this. You're going to click on this link here, or you can use a QR code scanner to scan, and then it will bring up this page. You're going to create an intro video of yourself. You're going to keep the video under 5 minutes. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your professional and personal goals, and so forth. You're going to click on the plus sign, and then as soon as you do that, you're going to type your information in and then hit let's go, and you're ready to record. I have already recorded my own video. As you can see, there's some emojis you can add and some additional graphics. So just keep that in mind. Make it fun. Okay. So this will be a grade the first week. Okay. Some people procrastinate on this, but let's just get it out the way. It's nice to start building community right away. All right, information survey. This is the biggest, probably most important document because you are going to register for all of your exams here. You're going to tell me who you are, first and last name. You're going to check that you're in my class. You're going to give me your email, tell me an alternate email address in case you'd like to do that. Give me your cell phone number. I'm asking if I can send you text, yes or no, it's up to you. And then you're going to choose an option. Each of the options, it's one or the other for each test. You can't obviously choose two options because you're not going to show up both days to take one test. All of the tests are on paper, so just keep that in mind. All right, when you're finished, you'll hit submit and you will get participation points for completing this. All right. Heading back to the submissions folder, that will complete everything in getting started that you need to complete, all the orientation materials, all the assignments that are going to be graded are in green. And once you've completed all these green assignments, you're going to be ready to move on to the content modules within the course. I don't think I went over this, so I'm going to mention this to you. Under getting started, if you're like, well, what are we covering? There's two things. These are each are the modules within the course that are going to appear under the course content. And then outside of that, in the syllabus at the end, it's going to show you all of the topics that we're covering, in case you want to know that in advance. All right, so you see under lessons, each of these topics we're going to be covering. All right, so if you have any questions about anything, please make sure that you reach out to me, text me, call me, or email me. You can also post something in the virtual office. I hope that you have a successful semester. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone's video introductions. All right, guys, let's get started.